the beautiful thing of any Micro Four Thirds system is its compactness. And today I have this little Billingham Headley small camera bag, and inside, let's see what I have here. Oh, it's the Olympus EM1 Mark II, and it's the 40-150 2.8 Pro lens. Let's go and chase some birds. Wow, here's the thing, you know, like if you are ever watching any sporting events, whether on TV or whether you are just going there yourself, a tennis match or a football match, or some wildlife documentary films on TV like the National Geographic or BBC, you will notice some of these photographers were carrying some of these big gigantic lenses, trying to capture, you know, these wild animals or action from afar. They need to do that because you know, these are the only lenses that will allow them to do so in tricky lighting conditions, weather conditions, because, you know, they need something relatively fast to freeze the action in tricky lighting conditions, for instance. And, you know, it's just something that you are not going to use on a daily basis usually. But I think that's all changed now with the introduction of the Olympus 40-150 2.8 Pro lens. And this is equivalent of 80mm to 300mm 2.8. And I don't think you can actually find anything that is smaller than this. This is probably the smallest 300mm 2.8 equivalent. And you know, sometime if you Google around, you know, these professional lenses usually cost thousands of pounds, and they need to be so because you know, they are professional and specific purpose only. The Olympus is more general purpose because it's a zoom, it's not a prime, it's 40-150. But, you know, it's a 300mm at 2.8, which means you can actually capturing pigeons in the city and pretend to be a wildlife photographer. I am in the wild part of London, St. James Park, chasing birds with this wildlife lens, the Olympus 40-150 2.8 Pro lens. And, you know, how does it feel in terms of build quality? Well, one word, solid. Like the rest of the Olympus lens lineup, the Pro ones, the Pro range, this lens has a fully metal built body and completely weather sealed. That means it's dust and splash and freeze proof. That means you can take it to the Antarctica or freezing London. Yeah, something like that. But, you know, coupled with the Olympus EM1 Mark II, you have yourself a professional system that looks like it's shrunk in the wash. And also you have a very, very clever, plastic fantastic collapsible hood, which is actually really, really awesome. I actually think that all the manufacturers should do that by a little twist. Oh, I twisted it the wrong way. Twist and shrunk it. There you go. This is it. You know, you don't have to take your hood out or reverse fit your hood for, you know, during transport. This is it. You know, you can just twist it and turn. Extend it. Here's how you've got a full-size shielding there. And like most of the Pro zoom lenses, the tripod mount is here, and you can actually twist it to detach it. But of course, you can't do it with the lens mounted onto the body. You can take it off when it's off the body. And also you have the manual clutch there for the manual focus, which I think actually one of the best modern manual controls that's around the market for all the Olympus lenses. They have this manual clutch system, which is actually pretty cool. You know, I much prefer the actual kind of mechanical feeling than the focus by wire feeling, which you can set infinitely turning, which is a bit weird. But yes, this one does feel quite mechanical. As we've come to expect from Olympus Pro lenses, and image quality of this 14-150 doesn't disappoint at all. Very, very sharp, a lot of contrast, a lot of details, and it is really perfect for shooting birds up there, or even actually acting as a portrait lens. It's really sharp, and coupled with the Olympus EM1 Mark II, you do actually get some really gorgeous files. And by the way, we are going to review this camera. We are just testing it fully with all sort of different lenses, all sort of different scenarios. So you should actually check that out. It's a proper user report. Watch out for the later video. But anyway, let's go back to this lens. It's actually really good image quality, and the bokeh is very, very smooth, which is actually very good if you do a little bit of portrait work. You want to separate the subject and the background. You do have some very smooth rendering from the back. Sometimes it can be a little bit busy, but overall it's quite pleasing. So the Olympus 40-150 F2.8 Pro lens is good, and in fact it's very, very good. But should you really get one? Well, that depends on what you shoot though. For a wedding photographer like myself, yes, you should get one, because in full frame I always love the 70-200 2.8 range and the aperture size, and this one covers that entirely, plus a little bit more because it's 300 equivalent. So this is actually very good and flexible for that matter. And if you love sports, actions, and also you want to shoot a bit further that you can't normally get to, yes, you should get this one as well. And if you like wildlife, shooting animals like what we're doing today and chasing birds and things like that, and if you're having a trip going to the Amazons or the Antarctic, yes, you should get one, because it's freeze-proof and weatherproof and weather sealed. So yes, yes, yes. But if you're not doing any of those, no, you shouldn't get that lens. You shouldn't get this lens at all. This lens is for stuff that I just mentioned. You're not going to carry this lens around London trying to, capture things in the cathedral, because you're just not wide enough to do that. And it's not a general purpose lens. It's, you've got another Olympus lens to do that, like the 12-100, for instance. It's this a specialty lens, but it's very, very good. So if you do stuff that I already mentioned, go ahead and get it. Well, if you like what you just saw and you want to see more of the Olympus or Michael Fourth reviews, please stay tuned, like our videos and subscribe for further updates. And for those who are missing Paulina, she'll be back soon.